Hoi! I want to take a nap. I didn't make coffee today, so we rollin'. Why? Because I didn't make coffee today, so I'm tired. Where's the game? Why not go make coffee? Because I don't want coffee today. I don't make coffee because I don't want coffee. Okay. Okay, I guess. How's my day been besides that? Like, honestly, not that bad. Oh, wow, this game is so loud. Honestly, not that bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not that bad. There's just not enough time in the day to do all the things that I want to do in a single day. That's all. So I have to like pick and choose, and I don't like that. I don't like having to choose between my hobbies. Also, I need to turn the light on. How are you guys today? I have too many projects on the go. I think that's my problem. Listless and dizzy? Uh-oh. Drink some water? Did the insomnia hit? Is that it? Is that why? Although I read today that apparently there was an episode of Mythbusters. I don't know how this affects those with like insomnia and suffer with that, but apparently if you lie down with the intention of sleeping, even if you don't fall asleep, it's better for the body than if you were to just like stay up and power through it and try to like work through the insomnia. But apparently it was on Mythbusters, and like they went through like multiple tests of it and everything to really check it out. Yeah, low power mode, yeah. Killing things before you slept, woke up, then no one is around. I've been pondering if you should do garden work or record video footage. Choices! I don't like choices. I like being told what to do, but being able to do what I want to do within that thing of being told what to do. Like, I don't like being told do this, and this, but I like being told like, hey, can you do this for me? You have creative liberty in what you do with it. I'm like, yes, give me that. You can have my hat. It's okay. He has the hat today. He is now the streamer. I will go take a nap. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Why is that so loud? Good thing I muted the channel in OBS, because that is loud. Okay, there you go. Garden work, you leave for a while. You could leave for a while since plants have only recently started growing. My mom did some gardening today. Very, very basic stuff, like pulling up all the dead plants that have been in the garden for like 10 years. And like putting the new plants down around where she wants them to go. You'll stream for exactly 2 hours on this channel? Honestly, that's perfect. Okay, guys, can I be honest with you? Would you guys mind if... Okay, I like streaming, but would it be okay if I made streaming 2 hours? What if instead of 3 hour streams, I did 2 hour streams? I love streaming. Go for it? Okay. Just because I do really, really like streaming. I love streaming. I love hanging out with you guys, but 3 hours is a long time. 3 hours is a very long time. And there's only so many hours in the day, and there's so many other things that I have to do and want to do. And like, I could have the odd stream where I go longer, but there's not enough shorter form content on Twitch anyway. There we go. It's an uncapped, and it's an unchecked market, uncapped, what's the word? Untapped market. There we go. I'll just start making like 1 minute long streams and make it like every stream is just like a clip. And so you can just like power through all the best of breed. But yeah, like obviously I can go longer if I want to. If there's a certain day where like I'm not doing anything, or like I'm having a lot of fun with this game or something, or talking with you guys, I can go longer. I don't know. I'll think about it. Today's gonna be 3 hours unless we like, I don't know, finish the trial early or something. But I'm aiming for 3 hours today. But just things that have been on my mind. Lots of things have been on my mind recently. I want to stop thinking. I want to shut my brain off so bad. Just for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, please. What's happening? So last time, only problem with 2 hours is that you might have to do a bit more selective with what you play and do. Yeah, this is true, but like 2 hours is a long time. Like, I think like in this like Twitch stream economy, like you so often see streams that are like 3, 4, 5+ hours long, and like that just seems like that's the norm now, and there's nothing wrong with it. But you also have, like, if you really think about it, you can do a lot of stuff in 2 hours. You can do a lot in 2 hours, and that's kind of where my thought process is coming from. Like, that's a long time. It's a really long time. I don't know. I'll give it more thought. It's not gonna like be something that I change like next week or anything, but just keeping y'all in the loop, I guess. What's going on? Hoi, girlies! Hey, what's up? Hoi, welcome in. What happened last time? We started the trial, and what happened last time? Like, what specifically happened? We talked to old lady. Gumshoe was fired. We talked to the old lady. The old lady gave us nothing, except she also is the one that stole the camera. But, like, she's such an old bag. Still kind of lurk mode? Honestly, same. I'm also in lurk mode right now. Bree is off in lunch break right now. I'm just the stand-in for now. You clean that room, homie. You got this. Voices. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, I have to do voices again. Oh, dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. It's not cool. I collected Adrian Andrews. Alright, no way. Adrian Andrews is your manager. Yeah. Last time, we turned into a pickle to avoid speaking about our emotions, and that led to an epic adventure where we became an insane fighting pickle thing using different bugs and stuff, becoming the Rat Pickle King. Is that Pickle Rick? I wish I was a pickle right now. Did I turn my light on? I did. Okay. I never knew that was the context of Pickle Rick. All I've ever heard of Pickle Rick is I'm Pickle Rick, and something about like something about it's the funniest thing ever. He turns into a pickle, and that's all I know. But now I know more. I know that there's a Rat Pickle King now. Wee! I'm learning the Rick and Morty lore. I knew 99% of the meme. Oh, lovely. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? That looks like a very uncomfortable thing to sleep on. Hang on. Oh, you can't really see it, but he's like sleeping on his shoulder, the shoulder that has the gears on it. That does not look comfortable. Bro, just lie on your back like a normal person. Just kidding. I sleep on my on my side too. You don't think he was the Rat Lord? The episode was a while ago. Okay. Okay, I see. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button on your Hakama. Oh, cause she was the one that came to wake me up. Man, dude. You're saying it really was her? Yeah, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. Guard autocorrect. Briefly? Good morning, briefly. Why? Briefly. You think sleeping on your back is better for your spine? That would make sense because my back hurts less when I'm laying on my back. That sounds about right. I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I thought she only had my agenda. How else is she supposed to tell me about all the things I have to do as my manager? Dude, I didn't know other people could have agendas and stuff. That's pretty sick. I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial is over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Ugh! Can we just let Mia rest, please? I'm sorry, guys. Guys, I'm sorry to all the Mia fans in chat, but can we just let her rest, please? She died like 2 years ago, and she's still working. Like, just cease. I'm so sick of seeing Mia. I am so sick of seeing her face. You have so much trouble falling asleep on your back. Probably catch up with you one of these days. Probably. But booba? But nothing! I don't want the booba! I don't like the booba, okay? I especially don't like the booba when this is an 8-year-old child. Just let her die. Let Phoenix make his own way. Just let Phoenix be the lawyer he was always meant to be. Just Mia, you're holding his hand too much. You're not letting him use his single 2 brain cells. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Stop, she's already dead. Why do I hear Booba being yelled from your headphones? Because Mia's on the screen and I don't like it. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's Mrs. Suicide note, right? Is it? Well, the fact that you're saying this, I'm not so sure anymore. Mia, do you mind, like, going back to the afterlife, please? You're really messing with me and my work. Like, you're distracting me, Mia. Like, please go. Please go. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corda, the victim of this murder. Yeah, and that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corda. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? It was Edgeworth. Wasn't it? It was Edgeworth. Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. Oh my gosh. It's like he's the one. He's the murderer. He's the killer. He knows it all, and that's why he had everything planned out from the start. That's why he had all this information. That's why he spoke to us. That's why he came back from the dead. Edgeworth is the killer. Don't let your guard down yet. Oh, man. Oh, man. Anyway. You know those popcorns that you get at the store where like half of them are cheese and half of them are caramel? I like the caramel ones and I really want some right now. I wonder if we have any. I don't think we do. I don't think we do, but I want some. I like the caramel ones. How hard is it to make caramel popcorn? Like, obviously you just like make the popcorn and then you like stir them around in some caramel. But like, how do you like melt the caramel so it doesn't like burn or like make the popcorn stick to each other and stuff? How do you not get too much caramel on the popcorns? How do you get them out of the caramel? How do you get the popcorn out of the caramel once the caramel is on the popcorn? How much popcorn do you put into the pot at one time to make the caramel popcorn? Like, do you just dump it all in and stir it around and hope that the caramel gets on all the kernels? Or do you do it like 10 at a time? Stir them around, take them out. Kind of like deep fryer situation. There's a video on it. How to make caramel Popcorn. Best caramel popcorn. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Easy homemade caramel popcorn. Oh, it looks just like the stuff from the bag. Oh my god. Ingredients. You need popcorn, brown sugar, butter. Oh my gosh, I have all of that stuff. Wait, you're telling me it's not actually caramel? It's actually brown sugar? Wait, is caramel brown sugar? Wait a second. What is caramel made of? Heating sugar to the point where it melts, causing breakdown of sugar. It's just sugar? I love sugar. Oh my gosh. We have all of this stuff. Prepare the popcorn. Okay, make the popcorn. Okay, make the caramel mixture. Guys, get your notepads out. We're learning how to make caramel popcorn right now. First, you gotta make your popcorn, okay? Okay, then you put the butter. You melt the butter in the pot, and then you put the brown sugar into the butter once it's melted, and then you put and then you cook it. That looks disgusting. That looks like baby poop. Hey, you pour it on the popcorn. Stir it around. Okay, that's what you do. You stir it around. Well, you fold it. And then you pour popcorn, the sugar popcorn on a baking sheet. And then you let it cool. Cool! I'm gonna make some of that. Anyways, Ace Attorney. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. Prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. What? Subpoenaed. Summon someone with a subpoena. So the definition of subpoena is to summon someone with a subpoena. Require a document or other evidence to be submitted to a law court. Okay, court of law. Okay, cool. Subpoena. Why is it spelled subpoena? Subpoena. Why is it spelled like subpoena? Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corda's room. Hello. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard. Oh, I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Oh, yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this courtroom is wondering the same thing and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Oh, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. I feel like this is... Someone fire this judge, please. I'm begging you, please. Please. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corda. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself.
So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that a bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing.
Why are we talking about fishing? But I didn't kill him.
No one is accusing you of that.
I think there's someone who would beg to differ.
I'm not here! Think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Mr. Andrews. Very well then, witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Okay.
When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Is this post-traumatic juice disorder? Is that really what she's going with? As like her excuse for why she had juice and not like, you know, like she could have literally said, like she admitted that she and Juan were together. So like she could have literally just said, like, of all things to censor, why wine? I know! But it's she admits that she and Juan were together, so like it would make sense. It would make sense for her to just like take a glass of wine into his room, you know? Why did she have to I don't know, it's just like I get that the bottle of wine was in there. It's just oh my gosh, it's a dead body. Pours wine in Spanish. It actually is grape juice. Then why is it red and why is there tomato on the bottle? Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. So, if you felt like you were about to faint, so you poured yourself a glass of wine, and then you forgot to drink the wine? I don't know, that's something my mom would do, actually. That is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine.
Yes, Mia. What? She is one cool and collected customer. She has the brains to match. Yeah, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontation. By the way, Hoysinik. You should disrupt her pacing. Okay. Okay, so you have to attack when she least expects it. Okay, jumps over the counter. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial's over, understand? Okay. I mean, that goes the same with every trial, but thanks, Mia. She just gives such... It's time for the show to start. Okay.
What was Mr. Edgar doing at the time?
He was taking a nap. Aw, no, that checks out! He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony.
Mr. Edgar did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes?
Excuse me? It? What are you... What? What are we talking about?
I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence.
Is that an objection worthy?
If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ungard's knife from his room?
No. Alright, wrap it up, boys. She's not the killer.
Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue.
Oh my gosh, we're getting English lessons today. Let's go, chat. Homeschooling at its finest. You wanna teach your kid to become a lawyer when he grows up? Just homeschool them by letting them play Phoenix Wright. They'll learn English too. Why did you go to Juan's room?
As a friendly gesture. Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show is supposed to be a show of friendship, huh?
Okay, but like, why are you responsible to like get him though? Like, you're not his manager.
Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon, what are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim.
Sorry, but I didn't have any such intention in mind at the time.
I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Look at this badge.
This one. Probably. There was his dead body. I was in shock.
You were in shock?
What, was I not supposed to be? Yeah, like... Not everyone's accustomed to seeing dead bodies and investigating crime scenes, Mr. Wright. You silly.
Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corona. What do you mean? Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be in shock.
What does her beauty have to do with it?
Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked.
How do you know what was in the crime scene photo? How do you know? Was the glass there already?
The guitar case was like this too. Yeah. It looked exactly like this. And then what did you do next, witness?
Wait, no way. Ain't no way. Maybe I have to show the crime scene photo, be like, but if it looked exactly the same as the crime scene photo, how did the glass get there? The glass that you said that you put down, that wasn't there before you, that was there before you showed up. If that's what showed up in the image, I don't know about this, guys. Juice?
I could go for some juice right now. There was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself.
Why?
But you didn't drink any of it, did you?
Huh?
There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I poured myself a glass and then I drank straight from the bottle. That's how stressed I was. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it.
Then why'd you pour it?
Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corda, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct?
And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time.
Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today?
I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing.
What one thing?
Never mind, it's no big deal.
No, you've brought it up to court. You must complete your sentence.
I'm sorry, but we are in court right now.
Say it. I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was.
Actually,
so would I. Oh, I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over.
Oh no! I'm sorry, but you said, Miss Andrews, you said that when you walked into the crime scene, it looked exactly the same as the crime scene photo. Glass and vase on the floor included. So if you're the one that knocked it down, then the crime scene was not, in fact, the exact same as in the photo. Oh, checkmate, baby. Checkmate, baby.
It's originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case.
Huh? Why mention the guitar case specifically? Okay, first of all, why mention... Okay, wait, actually... Wait, the top of the guitar case was wet, right? It was wet, wasn't it? There's some water, but only on top of the lid. Dang it, that checks out. Okay.
Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess.
Yeah, it was another part of the mess. Your mess. While you were killing him.
I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Okay. And then I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell onto the guitar case. I don't trust this game anymore. No, I didn't want to press. Well, actually, this is a new thing, so I will press it. What kind of flower vase was it?
It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser.
So your first instinct was to pour yourself a glass of wine. Your second instinct was to check to make sure he was actually dead. Got it. Cool. Awesome. Really getting our priorities straight here.
That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself.
Haha. Always be mindful. Yeah. Doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. Lies. Phoenix, use your brain. Keep on the offensive and not let up. Yeah, okay. There was the dead body. The exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I feel like there's so many things that I could show. There's so many things that I could show for this.
You testify that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct?
Yeah.
And
Are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, Phoenix would be an orange cat if he was a cat. He shares the one brain cell with the other lawyers. If that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside.
That's very true. Oh my goodness, Phoenix, you need a promotion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You need to be fired. What was that? Nothing.
Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case.
What is that?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor.
What's wrong with that?
The guitar case was opened when the vase fell. The glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. Get wrecked.
The case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. That's everything. I mean, what? No, it's not everything. Think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Haha! Contradictions! Haha!
This whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all.
Or does it? May very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? But it's not the fact. It's not the fact that the guitar case was empty that I'm getting at, Your Honor. It's the fact that she lied. It's the fact that her testimony is untruthful. It's the fact that there are contradictions in her testimony. It's... Do we need to hear more details about the guitar case? I don't know. I don't know. We need a push. Empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I don't know about this.
Can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you.
Lol. Can't believe I'm doing this either.
Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case.
Why? The guitar case. The case of the guitar. The guitar's case. Why is there just like... For some reason, I just had like several strands of hair just in my pocket.
I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed.
I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. How do you know it was empty? How did you know it was empty? But like, at the time, the way you word it sounds like at the time you knew it was empty. So how did you know it was empty?
Looks like this really wasn't very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting.
Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination.
Using anyway to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man.
Me looking at all of my writing. I don't remember too clearly. Okay, cause she was in a daze. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind?
Well, you see. Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not.
What?
Sounds like her dependent side is taking over.
They didn't script this, so now she doesn't know what to do. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it was me.
Oh my goodness. This wasn't scripted.
So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe? Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corda's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed.
Yeah, and? Appleman, please explain this logic to me. Please.
Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it.
Why would you think that? Why would you care about it? Why? How much have you missed? Honestly, not that much. Andrews is here. We're trying to get her to confess because we believe that she's the killer. Honestly, you didn't miss much other than that.
Getting back on topic.
Okay, it's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all.
How do you know it was empty? Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside.
I'd also like to point out, like, as a guitarist who owns a guitar, who lugs a guitar and its case around all the time, how did nobody notice the guitar was not in the case? Because the guitar is heavy. A case without a guitar is a significant difference of weight. And somebody should have noticed that. Why, Fifi? You finished the Steel Samurai case in the first one, bullied a kid, had some laughs. It was really fun. I remember that. I remember that.
How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio.
But how does she know that it would have been empty? Would she have known it would be empty? I don't know, actually. She's making it sound like she was worried for the guitar, but also it's like, there's a dead body.
These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention.
Oh, you can't ask me to do that. Well, look here, you guys. You're one to talk, Judge.
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. Alright, moving on. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for the pep talk. Thanks for the pep talk.
I didn't ask to be born with ADHD, Mom.
Did you guys know that ADHD is genetic? So, like, if you have ADHD, chances are one of your parents also has it. So next time your parents say that ADHD isn't real, they're just lying to themselves.
Okay, I don't remember too clearly because I was in a bit of a haze. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over.
Her fingerprints aren't on there. Her fingerprints aren't on there. She had no fingerprints. Where are your fingerprints, girl? Girl, where are your fingerprints at? Where your fingerprints at? Alright, I don't know which one to show this on. I'm not sure if it really matters, but where are your fingerprints at? Where are your fingerprints?
There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? How dare you? It's elementary, my dear. Get it? That's a reference. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Man. I love her outfit, though. Can I be real? I love her outfit. You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case.
Gloves exist, Mr. Wright. Darn it.
What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time?
Were you, though?
Why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion.
The flashback images say otherwise. The flashback images say otherwise. I'd just like to say that. She's wearing this exact outfit.
I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves.
I wonder if maybe are they those gloves? Are they those thin gloves? Maybe.
It seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime.
Well, see, here's the thing. There is nothing strange about the fact that she is wearing gloves because she was in costume. Oh! I don't trust this game. I don't trust this game.
You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time?
Oh, no.
Oh. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass.
Darn.
Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case?
The glasses explode and she just whips out a new pair, puts them on. Oh my goodness. Good thing none of them went under her eyes. Oh, yay. Shut up, Mia. You're not adding anything to the conversation. All of this has been done by me. You have not helped me at all. Everything that you have told me, I already realized at the time, and you were not helpful. Get out. Just leave. Just... Ugh.
It's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. Put the guitar. The bright red guitar was at the studio.
Who else was at the studio, Phoenix?
What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? That's what I'm getting at, Apple. Like, I watched multiple playthroughs of the first one, and like the trials actually like made sense in a lot of situations, but this one is just like, are they all dumb? What happened? I admit that it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case...
Wait until you get Phoenix Wright 6? I'm just trying to clear this case. Is Phoenix wrong?
Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into this misguided objection. No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can I do that? Can I do that? Well, yes. Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. For example, there could have been a capo. There could have been multiple picks in order to strum the guitar. There could have been a guitar tuner. There could have been a cord to connect the guitar to an amplifier. There could have been, not an amplifier, I don't know. There could have been, extra strings in case one of them breaks. There could have been so many of these other tools that are commonly found in guitar cases, Your Honor. You don't mean to suggest that there would be a black guitar?
I want caramel popcorn so bad. I want caramel popcorn so bad. I need caramel popcorn for the absolute train wreck that is this game. Anybody got some popcorn emotes? Anybody got a popcorn emote they can share in chat right now? I'd appreciate it.
So you intend to push your theory that this case was not empty. Is that it, right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right, Edgeworth. Wait. Thanks, guys. I would say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Look at this badge.
I don't remember where we got this from. We got it from Gumshoe, didn't we? We got that from Gumshoe, didn't we? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Why would you do this to me? Why would you do this to our court? Can't a foolishly foolish fool find some love? Okay, you're starting to sound like Von Karma here. Oh, right. Okay, what's up? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty? I would say something I didn't intend to prove. I think it was a suicide note. So I want to say it was a suicide note. So, but like, I don't know, it's weird. Why would you just carry around the suicide note and not like burn it? Like, why would you just carry around the suicide note of your dead manager? I mean, I guess it depends on what was on the suicide note. What if I did do this? Cause okay. No, I'm not saying that this was in the guitar. Edgeworth, just let me explain. Just let me explain, Edgeworth. I just never bring out this file ever again. What was in this case? Was it the camera? Was it a picture of the Nickel Samurai? Was it the receiver? Was it a press conference ticket? Was it... Was it... Was it the autopsy report? Was it the camera? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. What if I just exit out? I have nothing. Was a person in the case? Was there a body? I don't know, guys. Was there wine? What's left to show? A lot of stuff. Was it a transceiver? What was inside this case at the time of the murder? Why, was it the knife? Was it the transceiver? No. Okay. I'm losing a lot of HP. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna load. Y'all saw nothing. So we can show the badge, we can show the Magatama, we can show the Nickel Samurai, we can show the press conference, we can show hotel guide map, we can show the guitar case, we can show the wine glass, we can show the crime scene photo, we can show the button, we can show the attempted suicide report, we can show the autopsy, we can show the knife, and we can show the Lotta's photo. None of these feel like things that Juan would just have lying around. Was there a body? Nothing! Nothing was in the guitar case. They didn't like that. Why would a guitar case be inside of a guitar case, Mr. Wright? You idiot. You fool! You imbecile, if you will. I got nothing. I genuinely have no idea.
It's Shredder!
Shredder was in the guitar case? Ain't no way. I think it was a human being. I think Adrian Andrews was inside the guitar case. Yeah, I am. I should probably... Anybody got a hint? Anybody? Hey bro, heard you like guitar cases. I got your guitar case inside a guitar case. So you can put your guitar in the guitar case and give it extra protection with the guitar case. You mean my hat is inside my hat? Because I already checked there. What else can I know the knife? But the knife was... The victim's blood is guard. I got nothing. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know. Was Old Bag in there? Was Old Bag in the guitar case? You try the ticket for the confession thing? I'm pretty sure I did. And why would something like that be inside the guitar case? The wine glass. Because he's asking at the time of the murder, and that's kind of what I was thinking of, like, if maybe like the suicide note that Adrian was looking for, the Celeste impacts his suicide note might have been in there. But I tried to share this, but they didn't take it. Look at this bag. We got that from the camera after. What? Wait. No. Absolutely not. This is not it. This is not it. This photograph was in the camera that Old Bag had stolen. It was not printed. And the image is taken after the murder occurred. Taking everything in me to not redeem my 1 swear per stream card today. Burb! What is important?
Why does anarchy constantly follow me wherever I go? I'm trying to be a good person.
So I could have shown. That's the Nickel Samurai costume. That's the Nickel Samurai costume.
I know how
Why
you
would the
feel,
Nickel Samurai
but your
costume?
opinions are invalid.
Why would the Nickel Samurai costume be in the guitar case of the Jammin' Ninja? That's not even the same person. Doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. Yes, it does, because nobody is following Phoenix. Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. But
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Because
We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Matt Ungard was wearing the costume while he was taking a nap.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
He was wearing the costume while he was taking a nap. We saw that. He was wearing a costume. Well, that's BS. How are we supposed to know that? There's usually only one costume, actually. There's usually only one costume. There might be a secondary backup of pieces, of like highly breakable, unrepairable pieces, but there very rarely is an entire secondary costume. And also, why would it be in the guitar case of the Jammin' Ninja? Bullshit. They will have to explain this very well for me to accept it. The witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume. What insane point would there be to doing something like that? I'm redeeming my one swear per stream card, okay, young Blake? Insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? Oh no. Nobody can see Miss Andrews witness the murder. Oh no. Oh no. Like, she did all of this stuff to make it seem like she wasn't the murderer, but actually it just made her all the more suspicious. Oh my gosh! I also refuse to accept this theory. I'm with Edgeworth here. I don't! Because it's dumb. So outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot. Yeah, but why was the costume in the guitar case of the Jammin' Ninja?
Looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? The real murderer was hiding inside a costume. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been in Mr. Matt Unguard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room and inside the guitar case of all places?
Please explain, Phoenix. No, don't make me do it. In that case, the costume we were talking about was a spare one.
Are you saying that the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes?
That is what I'm saying.
How do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case?
Please explain. The victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose. Oh no, my goodness.
But why? The victim, Mr. Corda, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act?
And therein lies the sticking point. I don't know.
I know how you feel, but your opinions are invalid.
You've just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue. Yes. Yes, I have been.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself.
Please. Explain.
Why do you think the victim did this thing? Had the Nickel Samurai costume.
Are you sure you can explain this? Even Mia's not on our side. This game
sucks, Appleman. That's what's on my mind. This game is terrible. This game sucks. It's horrendous. I hate the writing. Nothing makes sense. And even when it does make sense, it doesn't even make sense. It's like that stupid roundabout way of making sense that it just...
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
We now turn
to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
Hi, Backpack. Oh, perfect timing. You don't get to see this horrendous circus flyer. Let's break down what is being said to see if we can understand as a group. Bree dancing, crying in the club. Think carefully before you answer and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Big mistake, Mia. Big mistake. This is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel. What? What? Why? What? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wait. On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference.
A press conference?
Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference.
I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right?
For once, yes. But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night.
How could that be?
The way I see it, that could mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corda himself.
The victim?
Yes, the spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corda was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Objection, speculation. Objection, speculation. One corridor.
He's going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing?
To make the Nickel Samurai look bad. What I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference.
The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself.
Which means that Juan Corda, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt Ungard. Objection, Your Honor. Her dog stepped on a bee. Objection, Your Honor. She doesn't have to answer that.
Yes, I guess that is what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure.
Oh my gosh. Correct terminology.
I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? I am no pro, madam! Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one who asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That is what he thought anyway.
This is dumb.
Looks like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed.
What?
Huh?
Johnny, you better not start fighting that cord. That corridor.
Do you know what the secret of Mr. Ungard is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. I see. Makes sense. Checks out. I accept. I allow this. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all.
So then why would you help? If you're trying to protect Matt on guard, and why would you help Juan get him the costume to defame him? Why would you do that? Why would you just not do it? Why would you just not? Why would you just say no? Why would you just say, I will not do that for you? I don't get it. I don't get it.
If you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Okay, another testimony time.
From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him.
So why did you give Juan the costume knowing that he had darning evidence on Matt, your employer, the one you're supposed to be protecting? You can actually correctly pronounce Oratrice Becanique Danalis Cardinal and translate it, right? Is that a safe assumption? No. Oratrice Becanique Danalis Cardinal. That's how you pronounce it. I don't speak baguette, no. I am the logical type. Shut up. Trying to see your true self. I see your true colors shining through. He's more nervous than a scared rabbit. Aw, man.
The defense can find no fault with this testimony. I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine.
Oh, man. Oh, man. She means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. There are Canadians that don't speak the wee-wee. Wee-wee, that is correct. Most of them, yes, very true. We are a bilingual country, but there's only certain provinces that actually, like, are considered bilingual. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I knew the feeling that Matt was the murderer. Why? Would you say that your intuition speaking for you?
Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own.
Wow. Oof. Ouch. Ah. Yeah, it's pretty similar to America, except instead of Spanish, it's French.
Oh my gosh. I am covered in hair.
Where did all that come from? What the? Well, a dad joke card. I think I agree. I think I agree, Map Pack.
We need some humor
In this, whatever this is.
I believe we are kind of considered bilingual light, where a lot of the southern states have good Spanish grasps due to Latin America.
You don't speak fluent Spanish as an American. Truly, the biggest joke in this game is this game's plot. Police apprehended a suspect attempting to steal all the head statues at the art museum. Apparently, he got busted. Proved on Monday that you spoke Spanish. Judy was able to translate it. That's the important thing. Your sentence started with queso. No hablo español. That's about the extent of my knowledge. If only we were on the last case, that joke would have been perfect. Ah, it would have been. It would have been perfect.
Alright, what are we doing? If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things.
Evidence, evidence, and evidence. Got it.
Motive and opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
No, the last trial was the... Oh, you're pretending there is no circus. Yeah, that one didn't exist. That was just a fever dream. Should have already known that, Phoenix. Yeah, and... They didn't... Wait. Did he just say... They didn't teach us about that in law school? Not that you remember? Sir? Please hand in your badge right now. Oh my gosh. So what'd you say? This need came from the press conference? Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt and Guard.
You knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But you're supposed to be protecting Matt. This doesn't make any sense. There's only one suspect for this case? Yes, I do. Yeah, and it's the killer. It's the killer that's doing it. I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Jonathan, that is not your scratching tree.
Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? I got his word. Fudge, we should have had him write it down. Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. So, what was that you were saying earlier about in order to like actually convict someone is that you need the motive, the evidence, and the stuff. Looks like you don't have evidence right now. So like, what do you talk about? What you saying, girl? What? Who's grasping at straws here? Who's grasping at the straws now? Andrews? Can't we just get one of the necromancers to bring the victim to testify? Yeah, like, why do we have Mia over here when Pearl can just, like, I don't know, like, channel Juan and be like, yeah, I saw Andrews come into my room and that's the last thing I remember. And then I was choked to death, so, like, anyway. Has Mr. Edgar done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corridor with his press conference. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Edgar, yet you still helped out. This is a crime of passion. Emotion! The person on trial right now is Mr. On Guard, Wright. What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern.
It is if she's the murderer.
In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill.
Why do I keep doing this to myself? Why do I keep coming into work every single day? Why do I keep wearing this badge? I don't know what I'm doing. I just need to find a new profession, I think.
Are you feeling the emotions? Yes, I am. Their rage. Their emotion is rage. Didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Edgard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Edgard? Emotional damage! I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
Side eyes, Phoenix Wright. Will Luigi help you feel better? Yes. He always makes me feel better. Straight up Mia! Wait, why are you looking at Mia? Huh? Oh. I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure. Why would he be looking at Mia? I need to. I don't. The judge is fully unbiased in this judgment. He's thinking only the most logically. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife.
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage.
Then what about the button?
The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. Did they, though? I don't think they did. I don't know, they didn't. There is no evidence that they fought because... Jonathan stole my chair. There is no evidence that says they had a stand battle. Because the only indication of any kind of struggle is the vase, which she already admitted to being the one to knock over. During the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct?
I would think that makes very decisive evidence. Oopsie, just disturbed the crime scene. Clumsy me, literally though. Ugh, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. Can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Ugh. Stop looking at me, Mia. Mia, look. Mia, look. Mia. Listen here, Mia. If you care that much about what I'm doing in my job and you hate it so much, then you can have this job and I will leave, okay? You're dead. Stop it.
Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
The button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt.
How do you know that?
When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard.
When did you hear that? When and where did you hear that? I've heard that before too. But what would Miss Andrews know about this case down to the fine detail? I wonder why.
Just because I'm prepared and you're not.
Ugh! I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. How does that then mean it was ripped off in the fight? What you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Holy Father! Welcome in. I hope you have a great time in your time here today on this Friday. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Edgard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? You can just put it on Twitter and it will have the exact same effect. And honestly, it would probably be even more effective. Have you ever heard of Twit Longer? Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ungard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. Objection, hearsay. Objection, speculation.
This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please stop slandering the witness.
As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. These strong decisive evidence to make her talk. Wow! Can I lie down on the floor for a second? Can I just lie down and like process everything that's happening? Maybe go get like a snack or something? Can I like just go get like a handful of crackers or something? Add stretch break. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I just need to step away for a second. This is actually doing like psychological damage to my psyche. It's doing psychological damage to my psychologicals. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Stand damage. Hello. What's my highest D&D stat? Lore or IRL? IRL? I think it's wisdom. I think IRL, it's wisdom. So I know it ain't strength. I know it ain't strength, cause I'm weak. I know it's not constitution, cause I get sick so much. I know it's not intelligence because I failed science, and probably a lot of others. It's not dex. It could be dexterity. Dexterity might be number 2. And then charisma. I think I got decent points in charisma, but I think it's wisdom. Alright, I'm rolling wisdom. I got an 11. We'll say I got a +3, so I got a 14. I had a 14 wisdom. Is that enough? Did I pass the check? Did I? Is 14 enough? Please tell me it's enough. You suck, Ulu. Aw, man! At 8 in wisdom, 1 in charisma. That rounds back around being 16. Yay! I did it! In lore, I'm pretty sure Bree is dexterity. I think. Maybe. I don't remember. Where's the game? Dex build. No, it's charisma. Wait. Wait, she's a bard. I think it's charisma. I don't remember anymore. I can have an acrobatic bard. Yeah, I could. I think Dex was the second. It's been a very long time since I established her stats. I should return to it. I should return to it now that I actually have a better idea of Bree the character and Bree the lore.
Are you looking for a command for my cat, TC? Yeah. Here we go. Cats don't take commands as long as the bar doesn't stick their head in a lion's mouth. That's a bat. That's acrobat. Junie! I'm dying mentally. I'm taking so much psychic damage. I will just collapse on the floor soon. But I rolled a 14 in wisdom, so, and Map Pack says that's okay, so I assume he's my DM and he's allowing it, so Junie! For the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling. Right, we gotta present evidence. Meowdy. TC, you should eat lunch. I know I'm not Junie, but you should eat lunch. Okay, so you had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. What? At the scene, points to Matt. You're eating lunch. Yay! Yay! I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. The button was turned off of Juan during his fight with Matt. They didn't fight though. I'm gonna save because I don't trust this game. For a second, you thought I said when I first heard I knew Map was the murderer. Oh, and you were like, Junie always gets me on that, but I was on your team. We talking about Clock Tower? Is that it? Is that what we're talking about? This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by scarf. Strangulation? Ugh, terrible. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. Objection, soup is a drink? I'll allow it. Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in the fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. I'm glad that they allowed me sharing the autopsy report was an option. And then they just brought the button in. I feel like they wanted you to talk about the button. But I don't know, whatever. We're good. We Gucci. We're moving on. You wish one day Phoenix would update their autopsy report on Edgeworth. I wish that was a possibility, but we as the defendant aren't allowed to know anything, which feels illegal, and I'm pretty sure it is. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. What is the meaning of objection? What is the meaning of this right? Did you just object the judge to say what he was going to say? Autopsy updated from single to taken. So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off?
What purpose did it serve?
What purpose?
To plant evidence. Murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it?
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
Have a memento of the crime. Pin the crime on guard to destroy evidence. Duh.
Duh.
Your favorite character, Junie. To pin the crime, obviously. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime. Map pack. Ayy. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button on their own pants. That's right, Mr. Udgard was set up by the real killer, of course. Wow.
And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real murderer then?
I have no idea, but I think it was Adrian. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. It's not like it's my job or something. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not until the very end. Stop monologuing! The real killer being, of course, the one who we actually animated, the lady. The lady? It was Old Bag? The person who planned to frame Mr. Ungard is the only one who... Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! You're Mr. Corridor's killer. This isn't Pokemon. What?
Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? Also, I'd like to point out you asked me who I thought the killer was, so I'm telling you, and now you're saying that it is a grave... It's a grave matter? Like, yeah, no kidding. I'm accusing someone of murder right now. All the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then, what about this knife? Oh, the knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. An animation with the new glasses. This literally isn't our job to say who's actually guilty. How many glasses does she have? At least 3, because this is, no, at least 4, because this is the 3rd time she's replaced them. This trial. What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. This is just a recap, I guess, of the murder so far. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. At least 5. The only person who could have put this button in the Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. So how did she open it? Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could have only been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews.
No,
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right!
That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Objection, speculation. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. 6 pairs of glasses. And to top it all off, there is this photo. Wow. Look at that angle. It's so cool. So nice. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. The classic, if you will. You love how everyone makes Nick sound like a frat bar. How much a pair of seeing glasses are? Mine were 200. But hers do look a little cheap. Like if you look at the frames, like they're kind of like really thin. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like the really cheap, like $30 kind. We're up to 1,200. Yeah, frames or lenses. Yeah, the entire glass is shattered, so she has to replace them immediately. So it's not like she breaks the lenses and then gets them repairs, puts them back on. Like, this is immediate. Like, she just has a back pocket of extra spare glasses. It's gotta look like fake glasses or a fashion statement. They might be fashion, yeah. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Unguard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? I mean, I'm kind of blind. I can't like measure us. You're also kind of short, but I can't really tell because we're standing at eye level. So, from my perspective, you're not actually that short. So could somebody else tell me how short she is? Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews! Speak!
I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Ain't no way. Okay, but also, you saying that it can incriminate you, that kind of implies that by you saying it would incriminate you, and therefore you're not wanting to say it means that it would incriminate you, and therefore she's the killer. You're short. Please stop! That's too far! That is too far, Phoenix! Too far!
You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way of avoiding self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify, the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Tell that to my Twitch chat. Like, come on. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Edgar's room, Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright.
That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence?
Mia is old. What the hey? Are you talking about Maya? Because that's Mia, not Maya. Mia's the dead one. And yeah, it's actually the 8-year-old. It's actually the 8-year-old channeling the dead soul of her 20-something-year-old cousin. And because Maya is out of the picture at the moment. Yeah, it's the child.
I'm sure you realize as well, Your Honor, but everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What? Appleman, I hate to tell you this, but their age kind of stops once they're dead. They stop aging. How could she be a medium if she's so... Everything you have proven is circumstantial.
Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof.
This is true because it is not my job. My job is to prove that it was not Matt, and I am saying that it is not Matt.
Medium, udium, vadium. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corda. This is not my job! Did you want to kill Mr. Corda? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
I don't know, seems kind of sketchy to me.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it will be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. Oof! No, she's talking like that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. She attempted suicide. Okay, bye, Matt. Bye, Matt. I told this joke before, but did you guys ever hear about the dwarf-sized fortune teller that committed a crime? She was a small, medium, and large. Did you want to kill that guy? No comment. Girl. Did you want to kill this man? I mean, I can list off about 5 other women that also wanted to kill this guy. So, like, I don't know if we have proof that it was me. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow? Maya, no! We don't have tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Hi, Maya. Oh, wait. I'm just waiting for Maya to just walk through the door. Please, wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial Let the trial continue.
Sorry, it confused me because it panned over to Edgeworth. So usually when that happens, it means that Edgeworth is going to speak. So it confused me when it wasn't Edgeworth and it was actually still Phoenix. Sorry, my bad. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Huh? Maya?
It's possible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Oh my gosh.
It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you? It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Ho ho ho!
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews?
Yes?
When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
It's almost like he knows like pretty much everything. Okay, tell me.
That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state.
It wasn't even that messy, girl. You're the one that made the mess.
And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. He's not even in the corner. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
Yes, because that's what you do. When you witness a fainted person, you pour them a glass of juice. And need I remind people in chat today that it is not actually juice, it is wine. So next time you see someone passed out, make sure you pour them a glass of wine so that immediately as they wake up, they can just... That's how you help. That's how you be a good friend. You pour them a glass of wine before checking to make sure they're okay.
When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
You're not convinced Super Detective Edgeworth, who knows everything, is a compelling character? But his hair...
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
Because she's lying! You heard that it was an in-joke to the developers that it's actually grape juice and make people think it's supposed to be wine. But it's tomato juice! Why is there a picture of a tomato on the bottle? And why do people keep referring to it as tomato juice if it's supposed to be grape juice? Also, who drinks tomato juice like that? Who drinks tomato juice in a wine glass? That's an name you do? Your Honor, Miss Andrews made tomato juice to poison Juan.
No way.
Can't find anything wrong with this testimony. Then there's nothing left. I know. Stop begging me, Mia. Go to the afterlife already.
Oh boy. Okie dokie.
Glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. Update the autopsy. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Yeah, okay, well, that was pointless. Okay. Got in the messy state.
It was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Corda? I'm pretty sure we've already established, Mr. Wright, that it was no fight, and you're the one that proved that in your earlier cross-examination. Ah, darn it. You're right.
I swear if he says that.
Before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then what did you see next, witness? I don't freaking know.
Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. He wasn't in the corner.
Slumped over?
Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Weird place to sleep, but okay. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? Yeah, because he wasn't in the corner. He was actually quite far from the corner, actually. You know what was in the corner? It was a tree. It was a plant. The plant was in the corner, not Juan. That doesn't look like a corner to me. Also, I was thinking of the other corner, not that corner. That's not the corner. He wasn't in the corner. Juan Corridor was not in the Juan corner of the room. You know, sleeping with a good knife stuck in him like normal people. Yeah, Oh, hoy goblin, welcome in. He is not sitting in the corner. Your Honor, that statement contradicts his evidence. It does! Oh my gosh, he's not in the corner! Fine, fine, you know what? You know what, game? You know what, game? You can go... fall off a cliff. What did that cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap.
The bed was over there. The bed was right there. Oh my gosh. You thought he fainted.
I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone.
Which completely contradicts your previous statement that you just said that maybe he trashed the room because he was angry about losing. And now you're saying that it was a fight? I don't know, Miss Andrews. You're just not making any sense.
Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
What if the victim did literally anything that takes attention away from me being the murderer? How did you come to realize that he was in fact dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards.
So, he was slumped over with a knife in his chest, and you think, oh, he's just sleeping. He's just resting. Let me check his pulse real quick. Did you forget about the knife sticking out of his chest? Knock the flower vase over. That's not what you said earlier. You said that you knocked it over when you put the glass down on the desk, and also if you hit the desk that hard to make the vase knock over, it would have knocked over the wine too. And it's just, I want this trial to be over. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. I want it to be over. It's all over now. I want it to be done. I saw him sitting like that. I thought he was dead. Didn't I? To be honest, I thought he just fainted or something, pouring some juice. I realized that he was dead. Knife. 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 First of all, he's not in the corner. Second of all, how do you just miss the fact that there's a knife sticking out of him? Third of all, if you staggered backwards into the desk, into the dresser, the wine would have fallen to second error. Oh, trying to knock the flower vase over. Do I just show the wine glass again? Is that it? I saw him sitting like that. I thought he was dead. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. And Juan, he was smelling something. I didn't really pour for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. It wasn't messy at the time because there wasn't a fight. The mess happened after you arrived. By your own testimony. By your own testimony, you're contradicting yourself. I just don't know which spot exactly to point out. He was sitting slumped over and tired, looking in the corner. He wasn't in the corner. I thought he was dead. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. This game is being played blind. As such, please refrain from offering hints, foreshadowing future events, and outright spoiling the game. I can't talk like that. Hal, why are you DMing me? Come into my stream. Bro, I'm streaming right now.
Ooh.
Ooh. What if I just left the courtroom, huh? What would they do then? What if I just... Sitting slumped over and tired looking. He's just a little eepy. What if I just walked out? Who's this Opera Samus Aaron? This is Adrian Andrews. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Great value, Samus. Show for this? Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm confused about. It's just like, what do they want me to show and where? Like, I can see the contradictions, but I'm like, what do I show to contradict it, man? Although, I guess if I don't know what to show for the contradiction, then is it really a contradiction? You hate this part of Ace Attorney? Me too. It sucks. I don't like it. How many trials are left? Uh-huh. He's not in the corner! There are some that I think you can technically choose multiple, but at the same time, it's usually like both of these images show the costume, so they both work. It's like, how do I show that she's contradicting her own words from before? Have you tried showing the photo? Which one? This one? But where? When? Where? When? That's what I'm saying. Like, I showed it here. No. This one. I showed it here because he's not in the corner, but she was like, yeah, and I was like, well, fine, whatever. Wow, it's nothing. Your Honor. Crime scene. I don't freaking know. Oh, the egg again. Oh, it's the egg. Do you guys want to look it up for me? Do you guys want to just tell me which one it is? Because I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Guys. Hey, chat. Just tell me which one it is. Thank you, game guy. I don't care anymore. The egg is the key to all of this. George Lucas. Knife. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. It's not the knife. Okay, fine. Getting my HP back. Will you tell us the truth this time? I also don't like it because Mia/Maya are there to give you hints if you don't know what to do. And I hate it when they're just like, it's so obvious, just do it. I'm like, ah! Present the crime photo on statements 4, 5, or 6. Are you kidding me? Basically, I was one short. Okay, fine, whatever. Hint, bruh, just do it. So basically, I presented it on statement 3, and that wasn't enough. Do you guys want that as a command? Do you guys want that? This right here, this little paragraph that Game Guy just sent. Do you guys want that as a command? Do you guys want it? Do you guys want that? You guys want it? I'll do it. I'll make it. Yes. 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 Okay, guys, I'm trying to copy it here. There we go. I mean, like boss's rope. Yeah, exactly. Stream elements.
Chat bot. Chat commands. Add command. Command name crime photo. Boop. Activate command. There you go. Can somebody give that a try for me, please? Yeah! I feel like I should put some kind of cooldown. Just like a 10-second cooldown or something. I could also make it a channel point redeem. That's also an option. But it's here now, so it's whatever. Here's the cooldown. User cooldown. Individual command. Global cooldown. Is this in seconds or minutes? I'm gonna say that that's... There. Let's put a little bit of cooldown on that. Whee! Did you honestly think he was dead when you found him? Present the crime photo on statements 4, 5, or 6. The crime photo has a knife sticking inside corridor. So when Andrews discovered it, she planted a knife after thinking corridor wasn't dead. To the point redeem could be text to speech, maybe. Oh. Second time something you've done has become a thing on a streamer's commands. Let's go, game guy. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body, also he wasn't in the corner. Also, he was not in the corner. Also, I feel like that should have been one of the options because he wasn't in the corner. He was not in the corner. He wasn't in the corner! Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corda's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. He was just a little sleepy. And so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Also, he was not in the corner. Your Honor, the victim was in fact not in my mouth. According to Google, this is one of the weaker games in the series. People hate the circus. All my homies hate the circus. The circus sucks. The circus is dumb. This entire game is a circus. I'm looking forward to the third game. You are the real killer. No.
Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Angard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong. I would just like to point out. Look, I'm not trying to defend Andrews here, but I'd just like to point out what we just stated doesn't necessarily prove that she was the killer, just saying that her testimony was false. Whole world's a circus, Bree? Yeah, that checks out, considering my life. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it, he's the one who killed Juan. But you are the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify.
Therefore, we have no choice. We can't use that as evidence. Pleading the fifth is protected. I mean, you're probably right.
Matt Unguard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over?
I mean, to be honest, like, let's be real here. All we had to do was prove that Matt Ungard is not the killer. We did that. We did our job. What happens to Miss Andrews at this point, I could not care less. All we care about is proving Matt not guilty. And therefore, we've succeeded. Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Wow, it's almost like this is what trial's supposed to be like. Crazy.
I'd like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard.
Ah! Stop! I want this to be over!
Prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix?
You weren't there! You weren't there! But she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. You weren't there at that time, and I don't think Phoenix told you. Can she read minds or something? I think we've established during this game. Do I believe in myself? No. Well, I do, but I don't. Not in this situation. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Do I? I can't. I have no idea. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them. What should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Believe in the chat that believes in you. Never believe in yourself. I like that advice, Map Hack. Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is to get her not guilty. That is my only priority. That's literally what it's been like this entire time. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Oh my gosh. You DM'd an image that represents this game. Oh, it's a little mini comic. I can't read it. It's too small. I want to play that game. I want to play that specific game. That could have potentially been my very first Phoenix Wright game, but... Well, technically it was, because I played the demo.
Court can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Matt didn't do it. Therefore, my job is done. Your Honor, please let me go home. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. This isn't my job, Edgeworth. This isn't even your job. This isn't the judge's job. What is supposed to be happening right now is to prove that Matt Engard is or is not guilty. Therefore, we've established that Matt is not guilty. Therefore, we all just go home. Is the killer! Is the killer! What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Are you a man or are you a mouse?
I could not care less. Just give me the not guilty, bro. This is my job.
No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today.
Are you a man or are you a muppet?
Are you a muppet?
If I'm a man, well, I'm a muppet of a man.
Muppet of a man. Imagine if Phoenix Wright case ended with them going, alright, we'll figure out who did it. They would have been quiet, and then you never learn how it ended.
Honestly, I'd be fine with that. Honestly. If it's in this game, I'd be fine with that. The client is called guilty despite innocent because somebody's going, yeah.
The defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible.
Oh no, Edgeworth is disappointed in us. Edgeworth, who faked his own death and made us believe that he was dead for over a year and then just showed up out of the blue suddenly, is disappointed in us. Wow. Wow, Edgeworth. Wow.
What have you learned this past year?
That I can't trust even the people that I thought I was closest with. I cannot trust the people I went to school with in high school. I cannot trust the people I defended in court. I cannot trust anybody. Because you lied to me, Edgeworth.
It's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
Okay, like... Not even chat? I'm talking about Phoenix here! Okay, wow, look, it's still going on because Phoenix won't let it die.
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Just end the game, please. I'm done with this trial. She has an illness. What? Because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide. Do you mean mental illness? You mean she's depressed? Your Honor, she is depressed. Mr. Edgeworth, what does this have to do with this trial? also, it's like, if this is the incriminating evidence that Andrews wanted to hide, it's like, okay, I kind of get it. I kind of get it because if she admitted that she had past relation with Juan and like his manager and suicide and all of that stuff, and that she committed suicide, attempted suicide because the other person committed suicide. I get it. That makes it seem like she did it because that's what she's getting at. But also, so the killer wants Andrews gone. That's what's happening here. The killer wants us to rush the conclusion so that Andrews gets yeeted. I think those eyes are backwards, Goblin. I think you got those eyes backwards. Your Honor, this lady's sad. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. The second part of the suicide report titled the attempted suicide report. It's the report of the suicide of the second part of the report regarding the suicide. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. Your Honor, she's sad. Oh no, so pitiful. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Oh, she has anxiety too. Oh, she's so relatable. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. I'm sorry? What? How can you be so cold? However, before you die, she's just talking as if she's actually gonna do it. I will pull this truth from your still breathing lips. Oh my gosh, no matter what I have to do. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Oh my gosh. Why is this game so absurd? Nothing matters anymore. Hedgeworth, you're just making her more depressed. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Okay, but... Okay, but... Why? Certain cowardly man. What did Angar do? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? Last time? Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corda, in the chest with the knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Angard for the murder. And this is her crime. So, I just want to know why she felt the need to pin it on Matt. So sure that it was Matt. But like, I don't know. It's like, okay, here's where my thought is coming from. Why was she so afraid that she would be seen as the killer just for witnessing the body? Like, I can understand having to like leave in the costume because Lotta was there and would take a photo, and that would be like, oh my gosh, she's the killer. But Lotta wasn't even there the first time. Adrian went into the room, saw that he was murdered, left to get the knife, returned to stab, and then Lotta was there. I don't think she was witness to the suicide, no. Juan is the one that witnessed or found the body of the suicided mentor who suicided. He is the one that got the suicide note. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so that's what I was saying! Oh my gosh, that's what I was saying at the beginning of this trial! I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. How? I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forward some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. Why? Why though? That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Well, you're correct. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Uh-huh. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now, what a horrible thing I did, but at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspicious. You thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it on... What? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering the hallway. Yeah, it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. It's Miss Oldbag. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. I mean, that's fair, but also, why did you have to go back the first time? You're the one who prepared the costume. I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. Uh-huh. Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference on it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. That I don't... What?
After that, you went back to Mr. Engard's room and planted the button.
After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. The real criminal is Matt Engard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Wow, Francesca. She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. If I had just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What the witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Of course. That's no, it's just... Maya, can you just run through the door, please, so we can be done with this?
At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. We couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But, Maya... Please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Why is that my job, Your Honor? That should be the police. Oh, wait, we fired Gumshoe.
So... Where did he go? Where did he go?
Today's trial is over. Thank goodness. I did win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Gasp.
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What is it? Oh, this. Mr. Wright also asked me about this.
Yeah, what is it?
Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? No way. It was on that counter.
Oh my gosh.
It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body. It's a calling card! Suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? It sure does! But it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. That card, give it to me, hurry. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is it all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before.
Just tell us who the killer is, Edgeworth, please.
That card, what in the world is it? What does it mean? Gimme, I need to finish my collection!
Oh my gosh, it's the calling card of the killer. Oh my gosh, it's the calling card of the killer. And that's why Maya found one too, because the killer was there. I have sand, dollar, and starfish. I just need seashell. I'm gonna go make caramel popcorn. I'm gonna go make caramel popcorn. Anybody have a suggestion to raid? Yuha's good? Oh, K-Max is in here. Not to Yuha. I'm looking at late to the game. Last time we tried raiding late to the game, he was ending like immediately. Do we want to try again? Caramel popcorn. Hey there, it's Mark. Okay, that is the same person. Okay, bye, Fifi. I just feel like I don't have enough people. All the people I follow stream at night. Browse. I wonder, maybe is somebody else playing like Ace Attorney or something? What games? I search specific game. What? Oh?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, we now turn to the
Is that
Oratrice
a foot
Mécanique d'Analyse
VTuber?
Cardinale. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique
How
d'Analyse
do I
Cardinale.
search games? Ace Attorney Trilogy. Um. Do you guys want some music? It's kind of awkward. I'm muted. It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Well, I made it awkward there, so imagine muting yourself. Couldn't be me. What are you playing? Oh. You could also just like go our separate ways. That's also an option. I don't know. Can I be honest with you guys? Can I be honest with you guys? Separate Ways by Junie starts playing. Bye, Apple. But actually though, can Apple Reach be honest with us? Oh. Okay. I'm gonna be honest anyway. Haha. Rule breaker. I'm not a big fan of rating. I understand the purpose behind it and like all that stuff, but also I'm like, we all have our own following channel. No, I don't actually, because I don't play World of Warcraft. It's like we all have our own followings list, and like it can be nice to like find new people and share your communities with each other, but also it's like, I don't know, we all have our preferences. We're all just gonna go our separate ways anyway. We're all gonna say "Hoi raid" and then go like watch somebody else. Not all the time. But you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah. Hoi raid. Let's go raid Breedy Bard. She's live right now. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, if I don't see someone and I'm immediately like, let's go raid this person, oh my gosh, then I'm just like, meh. You do what you want, eat some caramel corn. I will. Raid Junie for funsies? I mean, sure. Junie, you want to raid? Should raid Hal. Raid Hal, raid Junie. Huh? Quick, Junie, go live! Yeah, raid Hal. Okay, we'll raid Hal. Cause how are you streaming later, Junie, or no? Today, 7 p.m. Oh. Well, 7 my time. He will be streaming. So is Hal. When is Hal streaming? Hal doesn't have a Hal doesn't have a schedule. 6:30 EST. Oh. We'll raid Hal. Hal's poetry prompt is late. Lol. Amazing. Okay, anyways. If you're not following Junie, you guys should go follow Junie. Also go follow Hal. They're all my friends and I love them all so much. big friend W. Mm-hmm. Okay, have a good evening, guys. Definitely go check in on Junie and Hal when they do eventually go live today. I will be back sometime next week with more of something. Most likely Ace Attorney. How much of this game is left? I want it to end. Good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everybody in chat today, and I'll see you guys next week. How much game left? Enough. Okay, bye guys. Yeah, bye.